Well, first let's work him backwards. Bob Arum said pay-per-view is dead.
I'm not talking about pay-per-view.
No, I'm not Bob. You don't want to
talk about Bob Arum.
You know, not Bob Arum, but let's talk about your pay-per-view numbers. Over 300,000, 400,000 is building. Let's talk about that.
No, I think, I think you have a proven, commodity in Pacquiao, and you have a guy who always does great ratings in Broner, and, there was a lot of curiosity about Broner and a lot of curiosity about Pacquiao, and people want to know, what's going to do, how these guys are going to do, and I think people bought the fight based on the intrigue of the matchup, and, whenever you have that, you factor in the theft from streaming and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, it's a good number for that fight.
What answers did we get from, you said curiosity, so what answers did we get from curiosity about Adrian Broner as a fighter to curiosity about Manny Pacquiao as a fighter? And a marketable fighter, excuse me.
I'm not sure that there are any, I'm not sure anybody got any of the answers that they were looking for. They're certainly not satisfying answers when it comes to, Broner's performance. I think we all want to see a little bit more out of him. And as far as Pacquiao, he looked really good for a 40-year-old guy. I mean, 40 is like the new 20 with him. But, I think he fits well within the confines of the current welterweight, championship picture. So, maybe we're right back to square one where we were before both of them. They are what we thought they were.
Now, moving forward, people obviously going to be clamoring for unification bouts, obviously. After this first segment is done, I think it ends April 20th or something like that. Can we expect unification bouts on Fox and Showtime and Fox?
I think you can expect to have the guys that have titles to be fighting each other, to get the best fighting and best in the division. And, I always sort of, take everything people say about that with like a grain of salt, because people act like we haven't seen Keith Thurman fight Danny Garcia, or we haven't seen Keith Thurman fight, Sean Porter, or we haven't seen, Danny Garcia take on, Lamont Peterson, and we haven't seen, so we've seen these guys fight each other. It's just that in the iteration that they are now, we saw Sean fight, Danny for the WBC title, but we haven't seen, the unification of, Sean fighting, well, it'd be a rematch then, wouldn't it? It'd be Sean fighting Keith in a rematch. It'd be Danny fighting Keith in a rematch. So, Errol Spence is like just a new piece of that puzzle. And, he's got business with Mikey Garcia, and I'm sure once he takes care of his business with Mikey Garcia, you'll see him in the welterweight mix.
You're one of the handful of people that actually has the answer to this question. I know you're not going to let the cat out the bag. Maybe you can put a paw out or something like that. How is Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 2 coming along?
I think they're still in negotiation. I think they'll have some clarity soon on that. That's where they're headed. The first fight was a dramatic ending and left a lot of stuff up in the air as to, a draw is a draw, so there's no clear winner. So you got to have some finality to the situation. Hopefully you don't get another draw, but yeah, I think those negotiations are going well along. So.
I don't have no answers to any, but I have common sense. And Marcellus Wiley is on the undercard of over there in the UK on ITV.
He's on the undercard
here. He's on the undercard here, obviously.
Yeah.
He's also on the undercard there.
Yeah.
Is there some co-promotion or some being built into that as it relates to Fury Wilder?
No, you know what? I think that the PBC is a good partner with ITV, and we want to try to build guys here and build guys there.
Sure.
He's a young up-and-coming guy. His brother happens to be the heavyweight.
I'm leaving with you.
Happens to be the heavyweight champion of the world. So it's a nice fight for him. It's good for him to be able to fight in Europe, and it's good for the European fans to get a chance to see him live. So that's basically
my final question. Sam is rushing me out the door.
Yeah.
Now, my personal question: does December count as fight 1 on the 8th calendar year for Barclay, or is this number 1 for Barclay?
That question I don't know. I know that the December fight here was the first fight under our deal with Fox, but I don't know how it counts as part of the 8th. Or I don't know how they consider their calendar year here at Barclays.
How are y'all able to balance Fox and Showtime and all this money and all these fighters and all these managers? How do you do it?
We work hard while other people are out there worrying about what we're doing. We're just out there doing what we do. We work hard, and we try to keep it all together, and we try to keep everybody happy. And we try to, make the best fights for the fans. That's what we do. So, we don't stick our nose in anybody else's business. We don't care what they're doing. We just do what we do, and that's how we're able to do it, because we concentrate. We mind our business. We concentrate on our business.
It's amazing how you went from a couple of fighters, now you're the ace of spades in the deck, huh?
Well, it's just
I say that, pun intended, pun intended.
Just a small little company doing small little things with small little people. So
Burning Forest to the ace in the spade. I mean, it all started Burning Forest.
We're still the same mom and pop operation from that day. So,
I appreciate it. All right, Sam is rushing me out the door. Thank you, Sam. I'll finish it tomorrow. Thank you, brother.